Hey everybody, welcome back to Epic Beauty Fail. I'm Jessica. In today's video we're going to be doing another Foundation Friday. And today we're going to be doing the CoverGirl Aqua Smooth Makeup Plus Sunscreen. This is the solid weight makeup that transforms into liquid for smooth coverage. I don't know. I've never tried this. I have it in the shade 705 Ivory. I did look it up on the CoverGirl website. I am able to find this on my phone. You can buy it at Walmart, CVS, various different drugstores. But there's only 6 shades available in this foundation. So if you're not fair to light, you're not going to be able to use this foundation. I'm sorry. Yeah. Anyway. The description on the website says, designed with Aqua Current science, this vitamin-enriched formula directs moisture to your skin's surface to improve its condition over time, while giving smooth, even coverage that makes imperfections virtually vanish before your eyes. This solid, compact foundation makeup transforms into a liquid during application, then dries to an even powder-light finish. This is going to be interesting. I think this might be the foundation that my sister uses, to be honest with you. I think this might be what she uses. So it comes in like 6 shades. Terrible, terrible, terrible. But anyway, before I turned on my camera, I put moisturizer on my face. I used my Pixie Hydrating Milky Mist. I also used my Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer. And we're going to go ahead into this. It does have an expiration date of May 2020, so that's nice to actually have like an expiration date on it. Oh, it's cracked. That's fine. But this is what it looks like. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's going to focus enough for you guys to see that. Maybe I should turn it this way so you can get more lighting from either side. But it is kind of cracked just on the side over here, but I'm sure that's fine. So I'm going to try... There's a little fuzzy in the center of it, so that's kind of icky. That's okay. I got rid of it. All right. I'm going to use a sponge of my sponge, not the sponge. Oh, I just got my finger in it. Just trying to pick it up. Good job, Jessica. I'm going to go ahead and use a sponge on half of my face. I'm also going to use a brush on the other half of my face. I'm going to be using this Love is the Foundation brush by It Cosmetics. So I'm going to actually go in with the sponge or the brush first on the right side of my face. Let's see. And like it actually says it's, what does it say? It's light coverage. I'll give it that. Did it say it was, solid makeup transforms into a liquid and then ends up as a powder finish. So we'll see. I'm having a difficult time getting it on my brush. Oh, there it goes. Okay. I might have just had to get it started. I think the shade match actually is probably not perfect. I was going to say it was pretty good, but it's not perfect. All right, I'm actually really impressed with, number one, how much coverage I did get off of that and how quickly it went on. It went on actually really, really well, really quickly. All right, let's go in with the sponge and see how that works. I'm just going to try to get it on the tip of the sponge there. Okay, so that is definitely leaning very red, which is kind of weird. But I like how it applied. Like I said, I think this might be the foundation my sister uses. She uses something along the lines of this, but I think she might just use a powder foundation. I'm pretty sure it's CoverGirl as well. But all right, I think I'm gonna actually stop there. I didn't use a whole lot of foundation on my face, but I think it looks really, really nice. I think it looks really natural, but it did manage to like balance out my skin tone, which is nice. It is looking like powder though, which is a little concerning to me, as well as that crack that was in the powder or in the compact is getting to be more pronounced the more I stick my sponge and brush into it. So I am a little worried about how red it is though. The more it dries, the more red it's looking. I'm going to drag this down my neck. I do prefer a more neutral undertone in my foundations. So I think it applied really, really well with both the brush and the sponge. The only thing is that because my sponge and brush were bigger than the pan, it did get some makeup around, but that's fine. That's not a big deal. So that, after immediate application, is actually looking really, really nice. Okay, the time now is 10:56, so we're going to call 11 o'clock the check-in time. I'm going to go ahead and put on the rest of my makeup, and I will be right back. All right, guys, I am back. The time is now 11:20, so what, about 25 minutes-ish to do my makeup. On my face, I have my two Physicians Formula powders. This is the mineral correcting powder. This is the mineral face powder. I do like to use those powders as a control when I'm doing foundation reviews. I didn't put a whole lot on, primarily just on my concealer, which is the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Vanilla on my under eyes. Just a couple of dots on my nose, right around the outside of my nose, on my blemish here, and then a couple of dots on my forehead. So I didn't really powder like the sides, just a little bit where I put the concealer. On my face, I have the Bronze Take Home, the Balm Take Home the Bronze in Oliver as my bronzer on my cheeks, and just a little bit on my hairline. The Tarte Amazonian Clay Blush in Party on my cheeks. Then I'm using this Flower Beauty Shimmer and Strobe highlighting palette. I just dipped into the pink and the champagne shades, and my golly, I forgot how bright that highlighter is. I actually had to tone it down a little bit with my powder brush. I didn't actually like re-powder it, but I just tapped the brush on it because it was so, it's really blingy here in the room. I don't know if it's showing up on camera how blingy it is. I sprayed my face down with MAC Fix Plus. On my brows, or in my brows, on my brows, I have the e.l.f. Brow Pencil. I believe it's in taupe. And then MAC Painterly Paint Pot on my lids. I'm using the Maybelline Lemonade Craze palette on my lids as well. I have Sunnies all over the lid, Sweet Tea in the crease, Lemonade Craze all over the lid. On top of that, I have Main Squeeze, and then I have Old Fashioned just in the outer corner and along my lower lash line. And on my lashes, I have the Thrive Cosmetics Liquid Lash Extensions in the shade Bryn. And then on my lips, I think this is it, I have my Charlotte Tilbury lip, what is this called? I forget what this is called, but this is the liquid lip, or not liquid, matte lipstick in Pillow Talk. So I have Pillow Talk and I have Very Victoria, and I think I like Very Victoria better. Pillow Talk's pretty, but I think I like Very Victoria better. All right, I think that is everything that is on my face. Putting everything in the box here just to make sure that that is it. And yep, it looks like the only thing left on the table is the foundation. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and zoom you in and we can talk about what I think of this foundation so far. All right, so like 20 minutes in, right? I think it's actually looking really nice. I'm a little concerned, actually very concerned with my chin right now. On my cheeks, I think it looks fantastic. On my nose, fantastic. On my forehead, fantastic. But my chin is looking a hot mess. And if you're new to my channel, you haven't seen my foundation reviews before, my chin is my worst part of the skin on my face. It is, sorry, I have a little bit of an itch on the side of my nose here. I thought I got it before I turned the camera on, but apparently I didn't. And I'm trying not to itch because that'll take the foundation off. So I just have to, you know, gently poke my skin in hopes that that will take care of the itch. Anyway, on my chin, around my mouth, I'm just having a lot of like creasing, cracking. But I mean, I have that blemish there, and honestly, my skin around my mouth is not the best. I am almost 41 years old, and it's just not the best. So, but overall, 20 minutes in, I think it's looking really, really pretty everywhere else on my skin, which is good. Like, I'm really impressed with it so far. I don't always have that when I'm, you know, doing these foundation reviews, and I think it's looking really, really pretty right now. So, I said 11 o'clock's a check-in time. I'm going to check in at 3 and then again at 7 o'clock tonight. You're not seeing this for a couple weeks, but today is Super Bowl Sunday. I don't get involved in football, so, you know, there's that. But my family will be. So possibly by the time I'm doing my closeout check-in, it might be a little loud in my house. That's the only reason why I'm telling you, because, you know, who knows? And I don't even know what teams there are. I couldn't tell you who's playing in the Super Bowl this year. Not my thing, you know? And the only reason I don't know why, I think it's the Chiefs. And is it San Fran? I don't know. By the time you guys are watching this, it happened like 3 weeks ago, right? Something like that. Anyway, that's going to be it for my foundation opening. Yeah, it's not the it for the day. I got a long day ahead of me. I'm just warning you that at my 7 o'clock check-in, you may hear a lot of talking, yelling, whatever. I'll keep the door closed, but who knows? I have no idea what they're going to do. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and go about my day, and I will see you all at about 3 o'clock. All right, you guys, it is pretty bright right now. It is 3:03. Can you guys see that? I can't tell. It's too bright. Let me see if I can get... There we go, 3:03. I'm a couple minutes after my check-in time, but well within reasonable range. I already tried filming this once, but I actually dropped my mirror and busted it. So I'm using a different mirror right now. So that's good. Oh, wait, there's a piece. Hold on. That little piece went a little bit further than I expected it to. Anyway, let's go ahead and look at my foundation and hope and pray that the old wives' tale that if you break a mirror, you get 7 years of bad luck does not come true for me. Because Lord knows I already had bad enough luck. Alright, I'm not sure because it is so bright how much you guys can actually see. I'm going to step up here back on my porch, get in a little bit of a shadow where I can actually see again, because I can't see in that bright a light. So, I'm going to be honest. I think this foundation looks really good. My chin. It looks pretty good. I mean, it is cracked up a little bit, but for the most part, it looks pretty good. And mostly it just looks a little dry in my problem areas there. But for the most part, I think it's looking really, really pretty midway through the day, 4 hours in. I've got a lot of glitter fall out from my eyeshadow, but that's not the foundation's fault. I think it looks really good on my nose. I think it looks really good on my forehead, on my cheeks. Overall, just in general, I think it's looking really good. Now, I will say this, that it's starting to look a little bit dry in areas. Like I just mentioned, right in here, it's definitely looking a little dry. And on my upper lip, it's looking a little bit dry. On my nose, I'm looking a little concerned. But for the most part, it's still looking pretty good. So, yeah, we're going to go about 4 more hours and see what it looks like at 7 o'clock tonight. All right, everybody, I am back. I'm a couple minutes early, but, you know, I told you it's Super Bowl Sunday. It's 6:54. Super Bowl is in full swing. They are downstairs saying how they would be doing plays and all sorts of stuff. Whatever. I found out that it's San Francisco Giants versus Kansas City Chiefs. By the time you're watching this, you'll already know who won. But let's talk about the CoverGirl Aqua Smooth Foundation. So, like I said, this is supposed to expire in May of 2020. I'm actually really liking this. I'm actually really, really liking this. And I can't remember how much this cost, to be honest with you. But I am really enjoying this foundation. I'm very impressed with it, to be honest with you. So, I was looking in the mirror for like the last 10 minutes or so. The game started 15 minutes ago, and I've been up here looking at myself in the mirror because why not? Anyway, mirror right here. This is a different mirror than the one that I broke. The one that I broke, I had bought it a couple of years ago when I first started this channel for $1 at the store Big Lots. I don't know if that's nationwide, but it's at least here in Pennsylvania. So I'm going to have to go to Big Lots and get another $1 mirror. I'm very disappointed. Very, very disappointed. Anyway, let's go ahead and talk about my face. I don't know if you guys can hear that cackling. Hold on one second. The one thing I forgot to do before I turned on the camera was shut the door. Something happened in the game. I don't know what it was. Anyway, let's talk about my face. I think this looks fantastic, actually. I think my cheeks look amazing. My nose is a little bit shiny, but I think it looks pretty good still. I think my forehead looks pretty good. It's a little bit in my line on my forehead, but not terribly. And my chin, even though it's all cracked up, I feel that it has faded very gracefully. And as it has faded, the lines and, you know, cracking in my chin is not as prevalent or noticeable as when I first put it on, because it has really like sort of melted into my skin and it has faded a little bit, but it's been a very, very graceful fade. So I'm actually really impressed. I'm really surprised, to be honest with you. I did not expect it to turn out this well. I've had a couple of foundations here recently that have been really big downers, but I'm actually really, really impressed with this. So, yeah, this would be an absolute recommend if you have maybe normal to dryish skin. My skin is a little weird right now. In the winter, it leans more dry. I'm pretty normal, but in the winter, it leans more towards dry, and in the summer, it leans more towards oily. But I do have some oily, like my T-zone is pretty oily. My nose, you know, around my chin and so forth. So that's why my nose is so shiny at this point in the day. So I am really impressed with this. This is something that, even though it's kind of like odd shaped, like it's the size of my hand, this is something I think I could easily like take with me and travel with, you know what I mean? I'm a little concerned just because mine cracked, so I'm afraid like that whole cream will just like pop out. But I'm sure not all of them do that. I've just had this for a little while, so I bought it when it was on sale, and I just didn't get around to filming it until now. I don't know how long this foundation's been around. It only has like 7 shades, so again, if you're not like light to fair, you're probably not gonna be able to find a shade, but I actually really like it, so yeah. Anyway, that is it for my foundation review of the CoverGirl Aqua Smooth. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up down below. If you haven't already, hit that red subscribe button and the little bell to notify you when I upload new videos. And if you have any comments, leave those in the comment section down below. I love to hear from all of you out there in YouTube world. One last thing before I let you go, I do have my own online clothing boutique. It is Nimities.com. The shirt that I have on today is actually from Nimities. If you're curious and would like to check it out, the link is in the description bar down below. If not, that's okay too. Anyway, I do hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you on the next Epic Beauty Fail. Bye!